So, did he ever tell you what the reason was that he cast you, or was it just with what he had priorly said?
I think a lot of it was he threw this thing at me and said, go for it. And he was casting Godspell. It was for Godspell. And I think he wanted people with a sense of playfulness, not taking themselves too seriously, not sort of getting stuck in their performance so much as being open and playful. And so he was looking for something specific, and I think I filled that, void somehow without even being aware of that. And it's just those things. A lot of it is timing, but a lot of it is sort of remaining open and flexible. And I think I've always been able to do that because it's part of the fun of doing what we do.
When you were in New York, were you part of the actor studio?
No. Then after AMDA, I studied with William Esper Studio, with William Esper and Boyd Hammond, which are it's Meisner technique, which is a little different than what they do at the actor studio.
Does the actor studio still have on the steep?
I think it does. I think it's changed. I don't think it may not have exactly that aura that it did. But I remember a friend of mine who was a male friend, an actor, who was determined to sort of be a part of the actor studio. I think a lot of it is like the Brando fascination and everything. And I never really had that fascination about the actor studio, And I remember we went in and he did a short scene and it was over so fast. I just thought, how can they judge what anybody can do? And I think we had to, shave the scene down so much.
I think my own pet theory on the whole thing is that back in the days when the studio first originated in the 50s, 60s, so many films were incorporated with so many actor studio actors that, I grew up on watching their movies. I'm sure they have also. And we acquire what we see and what we hear. And I don't think that a person as your stature, you learned it all already, to a great degree.
Well, I think you're always learning, and that's the beauty of, is what we do is every time you get a new job, it's a new challenge. Every time it's a new role, it's a new challenge, and that's what I love about it. But with programs like the Actor Studio, and I think there's an intimidation factor that, it's always there, you're always going in and being vulnerable and open. It's scary. But I think there's environments that are helpful in that scenario, that nurture that. And so I always sort of moved towards those. And I always, as soon as I felt a sort of, anything that was too sort of status oriented or just felt like a label, I steered clear of that, and I wanted to find the thing that was just going to get me and get me into the mud, get me into the sandbox, so to speak. So.
From what I've read about it and know about it, its heyday pretty much, after Strasbourg. It's pretty much.
And I think they still do great work, and actually my friend did become a member, and I think it's a great place for him finally after about 6 tries. It's a great place to kind of work out and keep sort of like going in the boxing ring or something.